Hi, we're here with Peter Treadway. He's the founder of Acton. And Peter is going to tell us a little bit about something called RocketSkates. Peter, you were a former extreme rollerblader, which kind of explains how you came up with this concept. But tell us a little bit about what RocketSkates really are.
Well, RocketSkates are motorized skates. We have motors inside of each of the wheels. We've got battery packs in the backs. And we have a suspension here to help balance you out a little bit, and a bunch of sensors, so when you tilt your foot forward or back, it speeds you up or slows you down. You go about, say, 10 to 12 miles an hour, and maybe between 6 and 10 miles of range on a charge.
Also, the skates kind of communicate with each other wirelessly, don't they?
That's true. We do not have a remote. The skates are controlled entirely by your feet, and they talk to each other to make sure they're all going the same speed and not in different directions and all of that kind of stuff.
How fast can a RocketSkates go?
They can go between somewhere around 10 or 12 miles an hour.
We've got an example here in front of us. Can you take us through some of the more interesting components on it?
Well, the design, we think anyway, is pretty interesting. We like the way kind of wraps around your ankle, and the wheels are inspired by Lancia Stratos, which some of you may know, and we have an extra spoke in there, of course. But we have our suspension here, so you can kind of see that moving. That helps stabilize you. You have a kind of snowboard type binding that you strap over pretty much any shoe. No heels. And a strap to help you carry it. Some reinforcement on the bottom here for our nylon reinforced chassis.
What's the electric motor technology?
We use hub motors, and there's one in each of the large wheels that you see here. They are about 50 watts each, and we developed them specifically for these skates. You can't buy them off the shelf.
Are the hub motors coordinated by a motion controller?
The hub motors are coordinated. We have computers in each of our skates, little microcontrollers that balance their speed and torque delivery and all of that kind of stuff. So that's very important for making sure they're going the same speed.
What's the power source?
We use lithium-ion batteries, and they are housed within this futuristic faceted design in the back.
What's the battery capacity?
It's good. It's up there. We have 3 different capacities, by the way, so ultimately what you'll get out of that in ideal conditions, we have an R6, which corresponds to a 6-mile range, R8, 8-mile range, and R10 for a 10-mile range, and each of those, of course, is under ideal conditions.
What's the development plan for these? Do you have other products in mind coming down the line that are kind of like this?
Yes, we do, and we have probably 2 products in the next 6 months which we'll be introducing, and they both use a lot of the technology that we've developed for these skates and also for our scooters. Can't tell you exactly what they are yet, but we will just call them wearable at this point.
Peter, how do you control these? Do you use a smartphone, a controller, or what?
Well, they're controlled by your feet, but they're managed by an app that we've developed, which you can get on Android and iOS. You can find out where your battery levels are. You can determine, which mode you want to be in. We have a beginner mode for people when they get the skates, and then there's a normal, and then professional, and they the app also connects to other people who are using the skates, so you can see all over the world, who owns them, where they are, communicate with them, maybe become friends or something like that. And yeah, you can do a lot of things with the app.
Can you hack into it and race these things?
Well, we have an open SDK, so we encourage people to hack it to a certain point. Of course, we don't want to go too far.
That's great. That sounds like a lot of fun, Peter. Thank you.
Pretty fun. Thanks a lot.